Nope, I want to stay here. When it asked for an exact value, but it was like 15 or 75 or 105, and you can't get exact values for that right off the unit circle, but you maybe can add two things together or subtract two things from each other so that you can use those exact values, like 60 and 45 to get 105, stuff like that. Yeah? Other thing they can do is they can give you the broken down one and want you to write each expression as a single trig function. So that's like sine of blah or tan of blah. How I often spot these is like, here's a 48 degrees, here's a 48 degrees, here's a 17, here's a 17. So technically, I could say, okay, this follows the formula of sine A, cos B, cos A, because 48 would be A, sine B. Do you see that? What formula has, I can't speak this week, it's real. I'm just going to go for that or something. Your hair is super cute today, just so you know. Super cute. Have to tell it. When I see it, I say it. So you are, you know? See something, say something. That's what they say, but that's like more like if something's bad, I do the opposite. What formula does this go with? Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Don't all answer at once. What formula does that work with? Sine A minus B. So this is equal to sine A, what's A? It's not actually A, I labeled it as A. 48 degrees. Subtract 17 degrees, which is the same as sine of what? Yep, what's 48 minus 17, people? Wow. Yeah, we got there. We got there. It was solid. Solid. Okay? Do you see any formulas that follow cos squared A minus sine squared A? They would be the same. Cos squared A minus sine squared A. Anyone see something?
Yes.
What?
Cos 2A.
Yeah, cos 2A. So instead of A, we're filling in what? Pi over 3. Cos 2A, pi over 3. Now, a lot of people get thrown off. You guys don't know where to put the 2. Put it over 1 if it doesn't have something, right?
Yeah.
So it's equal to cos 2 pi over 3. Then some people want to give me answers. I don't want answers. I want a single trig function. Boom. Done.
Box it up.
Box it up. Loud and proud. You know you got it right.
Sure.
All right. Now we have cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Formula with that?
Cos A subtract B.
Yeah. Cos A, which is 88 degrees, subtract B, which is 35. So we get cos of what? Voila. Box it because you're proud of it. Okay. The next one, we have 2 sine A cos A. Make sure you're doing mathematics in my class. 2 sine A cos A. What does that go with? Sine 2A. So we get sine 2 times A. Put this over 1. So it's sine pi over 6. You get 2 pi over 12 and you'd reduce it, right? Take a 2 out of both. Yeah. We're going to skip example 2. We're going to go to the next page. And then flip again. Boom, there we are. That's calculus. Here we are. Oh, wait. Store these ones. Why? Because they're hard? No, because you forget about them. Start example 5 and example 6. They'll appear on a test. They will, and then they often are done blank or wrong. Okay. And by done blank, I mean nothing done on them. You reuse the question. You don't want that to happen. And just didn't put an answer? Okay. maybe. Options.
Because you can't stay there.
All right. So this one says, given cos A equals 3/5 and cos B equals 5/13, A is between 0 and pi over 2, B is between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. We did this in chapter 4. We did this last unit. So when we were given a trig ratio and we were given the quadrant it was in, we had to do what first? Starts with a D. Rhymes with draw it. Draw it. Wow. Okay, so we got there. So we need to draw it. So we're going to draw a triangle for A. A is found between 0 and pi over 2, correct? 0 and pi over 2 is quadrant 1. And we draw a bow tie triangle, always, correct? And this is triangle A. We'll deal with it first. What's the trig ratio acronym for cos? Cook? Extra rice. So we have x equals 3, rice equals 5. We need to find our y. So y squared equals 5 squared minus 3 squared. Y squared equals 25 minus 9.
16.
Y squared equals 16. Which square that and we get what? What? 4.
Negative.
Yeah. And then when we get plus or minus 4, we decide that positive. And that's how we get 4. Good explanation. I loved it. Super solid. Wasn't like pulling teeth to get that out of there, but that's good. Got it. So that's why it's positive, because we drew it. Because it could be plus or minus, correct? But it's positive because it's in quadrant 1. Yes. True that, sister. All right. Now we need triangle B. Triangle B, cos B, is located between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi, which is quadrant. Don't all answer at once. 4. You guys are so talkative. Please stop. All the answers. Just too much. Too much. Quit it. So aggressive. Okay. What's the acronym for cos again? Cook. Extra. Right. So x equals 5. R equals 13. Y equals something, something. We're going to figure it out. Y squared equals 13 squared minus 5 squared. Y squared equals 169 minus 25. Y squared equals 144. And then we take the square root. And we get what in front of it whenever we physically take the square root? Positive negative. So we get y equals plus or minus 12. Is it? Don't worry, they'll come back to you. Okay, is it plus or minus 12? Because we drew it. Yeah, we did. And we're going to draw it on the test too. We're not going to bypass drawing these. No, that's not what we're going to do. It's not what I see every time on a unit exam, that people don't draw it and then put positive 12. No, that would never happen. Okay. Then, after those are drawn, I still worry. Let's keep reading. Find the exact value. Exact value means not a decimal, right? You could have an exact decimal if it terminated, like 1.5. That's exact. But we want the exact value of cos A plus B. So, cos A plus B. This goes very badly. What I get a lot of people doing is they see brackets, they see something outside of it, and they're like, distribute. I'm living in the world that I've been taught. This is cos A plus cos B. And then they go 3 over 5 plus 5 over 13, and they get an answer, and they're like, man, that is the easiest question ever. Be sus. You're like, she ain't that nice. She ain't. She me. I ain't that nice. Okay? Cos A plus B should scream what to you? Starts with an F. Rhymes with formula sheet. Formula sheet. You're so smart today, you know? Like I thought Friday might not be your day, but it is. It is. Formula sheet. Screams formula sheet. It screams formula sheet. Yeah? Formula sheet. It does not scream distribute. If it does, slap that right out of your head and think, formula sheet. Okay? Formula sheet. Did it sink in this time? Yeah. Formula sheet. Okay, there. I think I hit it on that one. Okay. So we get cos A, cos B, minus sine A, sine B. Do you see that if you are one of those people who does not go to your formula sheet, you're going to get this wrong. You're going to be a distributor. You're like, yeah, I totally would have distributed. You highlight star, 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 highlight star, star, highlight star. And look at this question now until the test. You'll be like, formula sheet. Okay? And then you're like, oh man, this goes really well after this. No, there's still one more common error that happens every time that makes me kind of maybe single tear cry or 20 tear cry. But we need to replace cos A. And a whole bunch of people will go cos of 3/5. I think you should go check.
Oh, that's all good.
They're okay? You okay?
Can't really see anything.
So then how do you know they're all good, Charlie?
Yes.
You okay?
Just some cans fell off.
Oh, okay.
Chickpeas or something.
Chickpeas, yes, those things. So, why is the chick? I don't know. I have so many questions right now. Okay, cos A. So people will write cos 3/5. You're like, how never did? Happens way too often, like almost all the time. Then you guys give me decimals. We don't want cos 3/5. Cos A is what? Cos A is 3/5. So we go to cos A, we rip it off our page, we huck it across the room, and we replace cos A with equal to 3/5. You see how the whole thing gets replaced with 3/5? I get cos 3/5 all the time on the class. That would be dumb. Happens a lot. Okay? Cos A is 3/5. Cos B is what?
5/13.
5/13. And then if I get this filled in, I often get blanks here. They're like, well, they ain't giving to me. I can't do it. And you can, because you have triangles. You have triangles filled in. What is sine of A? I go to my A triangle, sign your resume. So what is it? So what is it? 4/5. And sine of B is what?
13. Oh, sorry. Negative 12.
Yeah, that's what I heard the whole time. Good job. And these will always end up having common denominators because you have the r's of both, right? So we get 15/65 plus or minus negative 48, whatever, plus 48/65. Minus a minus, which gets me 63/65.
Can we reduce that?
No. We do have to ask ourselves that, but then we say to ourselves, no, I can't. And we box it because we're loud and proud, and we don't.
That's your answer.
Yeah, that is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. So there are two ways to ask this question. The one way to ask this question is to give two triangles, which I just did. Okay? The other way to ask the same kind of question is to give one triangle and an angle. So this is a triangle X. That one was A and B. This is going to be the triangle X, and then the angle 150. Okay? So let's look at this one. If sine X equals negative 4/5, sign your resume. Which one is negative? The Y. And it's between 90 and 270. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. This can be fun. 90 and 270 means it could be 2 or 3. So I have to look at my trig ratio. It's sine negative 4/5. So is it 2 or 3? 2 or 3? 3, because sine's positive in quadrant 2. Sine your y equals -4. And you'll catch yourself, I hope. If you put it in quadrant 2, y would be positive, right? So that would be a hint you're wrong. R is 5. This is triangle x. I need to find x. So I get x squared equals r squared minus y squared. X squared equals 25 minus 16. X squared equals 9. Plus or minus. X equals plus or minus 3. And it has to be -3 because we drew the triangle. See why drawing the triangle is so important every single time? All right. Got ourselves a triangle. We got ourselves a formula. Cos x plus 150 degrees. What does this scream?
Formula sheet.
Formula sheet.
Where did the,
Yes. Yeah. Looking like formula sheet. It does not scream distribute. It's not cos x plus 150. Bless you. It is formula sheet. Bless you. So we have A, B, and so we're going to get equal to cos x cos 150 degrees minus sine x sine 150 degrees. And the 150 degree one, sometimes they're left blank. People don't know what to do. That's like answer of your formula sheet, right? That's all it is. So, what is cos of x?
that's going to be -3/5.
-3/5 from our x triangle. What is cos at 150 degrees? -3/2 minus sine of x is -4/5. Sine of 150 positive 1/2. Once again, common denominators, so we get -3 times -√3 is 3√3/10. Minus, so plus 4/10. Can't put those together, so we get 3√3 plus 4 all over 10. That's good to get, because you can't take anything out of all three, right? Some people say, well, the 4 and the 10, I can take a 2 out of. Cool. No, you can't. It has to come out of every term, or it can't come out of any terms, right? So it has to come out of this front term, 3√3, 4, and 10. It can't? It can't. Yeah? Okay. You have some questions in your textbook, and if you work right now, you'll finish them, and life will be good. We have NPVs left, and then we're moving on to